Hey guys, what's going on? China from Apple Pro Insider. So the Apple WWDC event is done. So let's talk about the things which came out of this event. So there are a lot of stuff to be talking about. So it is the event was jam packed. So let's talk about the things which came out. So first of all, let's talk about iOS 15. So I got a list over here on the iPhone. Let's talk about it. So first of all, we got improvements in FaceTime. So you got spatial audio in FaceTime, which makes your conversations with people who are talking to much more realistic compared to like from a laptop or a speaker. It sounds much more realistic, or you're like in a room. And your voice isolation, that means that for example, many people are talking, or there's a lot of road noise, background noise. It's gonna cut that and only focus on your voice. And then we have wide spectrum, where every little bit of your voice matters. So that time we'll shift to wide spectrum, so it records just everything. So that's some very cool features. So we have a grid view. So for example, like so there's a new grid view where you can see people in equal sized square tiles, and whoever's speaking, it just comes up. So it just shows up whoever's speaking, and you can also see others' reactions at the same time. We also got portrait mode. So for now, like when you are on a FaceTime call, you're gonna be seen in portrait mode. So that's like pretty cool. Like they use the for image processing to get like the portrait mode on FaceTime. That is pretty cool. Even I don't think Microsoft Teams has also done this, or any other player. So that is pretty cool. So then we have FaceTime links. So for example, you want to talk to people like after a particular time, like for example school meetings or some work meetings. That time you can send a FaceTime link, and people can join at a particular time. And even people in like Windows and Android users can also join, and they have the same encryption, and they can do all the other features. So that is pretty cool. Windows and Android support, I talked about that. SharePlay. So in SharePlay, what you can do is, for example, like you have some music, you want to share some music, or you want your friends to react to this particular music at the same time. You can like go to Apple Music, and you can just play into the music and share with others. And people like can hear the song. It'll open up in the Apple Music, and they can hear the song at the same time you are, and they can react to it. And you can also do that for movies or videos, or you can even share your screen. So that is awesome. And for the SharePlay, also you have an API which you can build into apps, so that you can so that there's a much more functionality into the FaceTime app, which is much more cool compared to Microsoft Teams, which don't even have an API like this. So super cool. So in terms of messages, we didn't get much upgrades, but for messages we had got some better UI. And we got something called photo stack. So for example, like someone sent you a bunch of images, like it'll all be stacked up in a very nice album type of way. It looks so cool. And if you want to see all the photos, you can click on it. And then you have a new shared with you section on your on the Photos app, which shows all the photos which are shared with you, and it will only import the photos in which you have where you are in it. For example, like you're with your friends, so that picture is only going to be there. But if it's if it's like two other friends but not you're not in the picture, then it's not going to import it. So that is pretty cool. And featured photos, so so as I said, that's the same thing. Photos which feature you. And memories, you have like a new memories. So it actually finds music from Apple Music, and it makes better memories now with the artificial intelligence. It makes much more better memories. So it makes us the tone. Like for example, if you want to give some fast going music, so that time the images go really fast. Like if you give some calm music, that one goes slowly and shows nicely. So it goes according to a beat. That is pretty cool. You can do some awesome effects. It does awesome color correction. And then we have notifications. For notifications, we have contact images. For example, before you have tiny icon, but now just beside the contact of the app, you have the notification. So that is pretty cool. And then you have notification summary. So what all the notifications have according to how important it is, how you use your apps. It keeps your notifications in such a way that you know which notifications are more important than the others. But like messages from people will not be there, so that's very cool. Live text. So for example, you take a picture and there's some text in the picture, you can like copy that and interact it like with like regular text. For example, a photo, you have, like you have a restaurant's picture, like the restaurant's name is there in the picture. You can like select it and it can show you the location and the name and all about it, and it's some info. You also have visual lookup, which like for example you have a dog, but and then you click on the picture of the dog, it'll like show the breed, what is the dog's breed and all that. So that is pretty cool. Photos are also in the spotlight search right now, so that is also pretty cool. And you also have some focus and intelligence. So in focus, like you can choose, you can select work or home. So like if you select work, then only apps which you need for work you select it, and the widgets you need for work, like it's going to be showing up. Once you select personal, that time it will show all the apps you need, for example YouTube and all that. So that's also pretty cool. And Apple Pay, we have home key, so you can unlock your home with keys. You have corporate badge, for example, like you're in the office and you enter with the card, right? You can like scan it on the iPhone and just tap, done. And you have the hotel key, so they include a hotel key where you can like save your hotel key, and before you even check in, you can like get a key and like go to your hotel room and just enter like this. So that is like enter like that, so it's super cool. And driver's license for authentication, for example, you're in the airport, like you can double tap and your boarding pass has been served and all your details have been served. Go and board your flight. That's gonna save like thousands, like minutes of time. And then you have a new weather app which has redesign and like an awesome animated background, awesome look, and weather maps. So it like shows all the maps or the weather maps. So it's pretty cool. In terms of Apple Maps, we got a new interactive globe, transit floor. So for example, flow. So like for example, it can follow. The Apple Maps follows you your transit route and tells you which station to get off. And it also has augmented reality apps. For example, like you're out of the station but you don't know which side to go to, you can like scan the buildings and it'll tell you which side to go to with augmented reality. That is pretty cool. And for AirPods, we got some conversation boost. So it increases the if someone is talking to you, it increases the voice of the person. That is very similar to the Galaxy Buds Pro, or is it Galaxy Buds Plus? I don't remember. And then you have for AirPods Pros and AirPods Max, and you have announced messages and announced notifications. For example, their phone is not nearby, any messages which are important, or any like for example shopping list, it'll just tell you in your AirPods. So that is pretty cool. And they've improved the way you find your AirPods. So now it uses the U1 chip, like the AirTags, to find your AirPods, and when you're near it, you can like press and you can like hear it, or you can use the proximity scanner to, or using augmented reality, you can actually find their AirPods. So that is pretty cool. And you also have separation alert. For example, as AirPods are pretty far away, it'll like tell you that your AirPods have been separated. And we have got TV. Now let's talk about tvOS. We got spatial audio in tvOS. That's pretty cool. And we got spatial audio on M1 Mac. And Adobe Atmos on Apple Music starts from today, so that is pretty cool. Also, iPadOS 15, you can put widgets on the home screen. You can have contacts widget and the Find My widget. That's pretty cool. You'll have the app library to the iPad, the dock app library, so you can like press on the dock and then you get the app library. You got better multitasking. In terms of notes, you have mentions. You can mention someone. It's like you're working together in corporate office, like you can mention someone and they can like reply and all that. That's pretty cool. And activity, where you can actually see what people have done, changes. And tags, for example, you can like put multiple tags, like for example, like I like a blog post and I like want to segregate that to the tag iPhone tag, so I can put an iPhone tag, and whenever I search up iPhone, it's going to show up that note. So that's pretty cool. We got quick notes, where if you pull up from the side of the iPad, you can like write some quick notes on Safari also, and you can do this from iPad and Mac and all that. So that is pretty cool. iPad, Mac, and iPhone. So that's pretty cool, and you can all get those quick notes together, and like it saves also quick notes from the website. So that's pretty cool. You got translate on iPad. And on system translate, that means it translates everywhere. For example, you have a mail, you can translate that and all that. And then we have system wide translate. That's what I said. I think system wide translate, and we have also auto translate, which automatically listens to whatever language you're speaking to in, and it's automatically going to translate. For and we got in Swift Playground, we got the capability of building apps on the iPad, and it fills up the code also, which is pretty cool. Really good for the people who would develop on iPad, because you don't have Xcode on the iPad, which is very weird. In terms of privacy, we got mail protection. It hides your IP address. It hides your location. It hides when you open mail. For example, you get advertisers mail. They find out about your IP address and all the information about you, but that hides it. In Safari, it hides your IP address, and it's a new privacy report. That's pretty cool. And Siri has this on-device new voice and on-device processing, which means that all the processes you give to Siri can be done without the network, except for like searches on the internet. It's going to do all on device, so that's pretty cool. In terms of iCloud, you got iCloud recovery, like you can put contacts and you can recover the iCloud using that contact, so that's pretty cool. Recovery contact list, that's what I said. A digital legacy program, so about this, like digital legacy program is, for example, like someone dies and you like put this. So the digital legacy program is where if someone dies, then you can like save contacts, and then whenever the person dies, you can call get access to their account and recover some photos or any other important things which that person used to have. And some other iCloud features are hide my email, where if you're gonna like give your email address, if you don't want to give your email address to like websites, you like iCloud can create a personal email address which you can actually use, and then it'll like send any mail to your private email address. So and still we're keeping privacy in hand. And we also have HomeKit security view, where it securely records HomeKit equipped cameras, and gives you unlimited storage for recording and still keeping your files up to date. And then and then we got health. In terms of health, we got mobility. And then we got walking steadiness, where it actually checks the steadiness of your average walking, and it'll tell you if you're like you have a tendency of falling, uh, or you have to improve it, or is it okay. And trends, for example, you have like your resting heart rate is higher. That is why it'll like inform you through a message that your heart rate is higher. It like tells you the overall trend. And then health sharing, for example, like you want to share your health with your mom, you can like share that using the health app, that you can limit what information you might send. For watchOS 8, we got the breathe app, the new breathe animated uh, window. We got reflection, where you can like reflect on something, and it has some very nice uh, like very nice window actually which looks awesome, like some animation. And we got respiratory rate, which tells you about your breathing when you're asleep. Artlist Spotlight series for Apple Fitness Plus, where you can actually find out, like you can actually search up artists and listen to songs. And we got a new watch face called the portrait watch face, where and it'll turn any image into a portrait, and then you can use it as a watch face, which is pretty cool. You got memory highlights, featured photos, and sharing photos on watchOS 8. You also got GIF. You can make GIF in watchOS. That's pretty cool. And for home, we got Apple TV shared with you. For example, you are in a FaceTime call, you can share. You can actually watch on the TV whatever the videos are sent with you. And all for you is where, like for example, you want to watch drama, but someone else wants to watch like action or something. That time, the Apple TV will automatically find movies which matches all of those criteria. And you can also use HomePod Mini as speakers for the Apple TV 4K. And you have package detection, where your HomeKit equipped cameras can detect a package. Next, we have macOS Monterey. So for that, we have continuity, where you can actually use your macOS mouse and keyboard to use your iPad and other Mac and iMac. So that's pretty cool. We got universal control, so that's called universal control. And we got AirPlay to Mac, so you can use your iPhone to AirPlay to the Mac, or use its speakers using also you can AirPlay the music to your Mac to use the Mac's awesome speakers. And we got a new Safari redesign with tabs much more closer and tab groups, which actually allows you to, like for example, you have a holiday group tab group. You can actually put like a food tab, like a food website or a hotel and all that together into something called California or something, and you can like save that and you can like share that to others, and it just continues on all the devices you have it. And iOS, we have grid view tabs on the iPhone for Safari, and we have a redesign for Safari where the search bar is at the bottom near your thumb, and it makes it much it gives you much more screen real estate, and it just disappears when you're scrolling. And we have extensions, Safari extensions for iPhone and iPad. And for developers, we got a new API for SharePlay, voice isolation, and object capture. Object capture, for example, you can like take multiple images of a 3D of an object, and automatically create a 3D render of it in just minutes. For the App Store, we got multiple app product pages in an app and in-app events. So multiple product pages means, for example, you have an app, but you can have multiple listings of that app with different logo or the different screenshots. And in-app events, for example, you have, for example, season 1 or season 2 in your some game. Like you can actually, when you actually click on the app, it like informs you about it, and you can get notifications about it. And next we go to Xcode Cloud, where you can actually test your apps and reduce the amount of tasks on your Mac. And it'll test all the devices on the cloud, for example, iPad, iPhone, and all that. It'll test your apps on the cloud, which is so good. And Tesla is finally coming to the Mac. So these are the only things which came out in the Apple event. So there wasn't much. There was no hardware as such, but these things were awesome. There's gonna be individual events of all these things. I mean, say videos of all these things, and we're also gonna get download the betas. So I hope you're stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next video.